Drag is fundamental. Drag artists can have a positive and educational experience for children where they can feel accepted and get excited about reading. Maybe you're thinking about taking your children to the local drag queen reading program in your city. There was a recently published study that highlighted the potential mental health benefits from these programs. The study was called A Rainbow for Reading and was published in March 4th of 2021. But before I discuss it, you might be wondering, what is a drag queen reading program? These are programs where drag artists read books to children. These programs take place in public libraries, bookstores, and other educational spaces. They can also be seen as educational experiences where children learn to explore their uniqueness, receive positive messages about gender expression, unlearn harmful gender norms, and appreciate others' differences. One of the first drag queen reading programs was started in 2015 by an author named Michelle T, who started Drag Queen Story Hour in San Francisco after becoming a new parent and not seeing any queer-friendly storytime programs at her local library. Today, there's 27 official chapters in the US and other countries. Snap, snap! So now you may be wondering, what is a drag artist? In a published article titled When the Girls Are Men, the authors Verda Taylor and Layla Rupp define drag as playing with and deconstructing gender and sexuality categories within their performances. In other words, drag is using the artistic expression that defies the rules that society has placed on our gender. It is also important to know that drag is subjective and has many different interpretations. Yes! Now, let's read the study! A Rainbow for Reading. This pilot study was conducted at West Chester University in Pennsylvania by 4 researchers in the field of social work. Their purpose was to do a collection of pilot data on drag queen reading programs to learn more about it since there is almost no published research on them. This study was a mixed method survey with demographic questions about the participants and questions about their experiences with the drag queen reading program. There was also an ethnographic observation of 3 different drag queen reading programs to understand how the programs operated. The ethnographic observations showed that the drag queen reading programs included engaging activities like storybook reading, music, and dialogue between the lead drag queens and the use of puppets. The drag queens read short books with themes of acceptance and gender expression. Participants' responses from the quantitative survey showed that they enjoyed the drag queen reading programs and thought their children did so as well. In the qualitative survey, the participants shared many positive central concepts. Here's a direct quote from one of the participants of the study. Quote, "What stood out to me at the event was seeing kids of all genders dressed up in whatever clothes they felt most comfortable in, and no one discouraged them. I know society may judge them, so I'm sure it was great for them and their families to have a safe space for them to express themselves." The authors in the study discussed how the selection of the books is critical to the strength of drag queen reading programs. The themes of the books chosen are about acceptance and understanding and provide similar benefits to the therapeutic use of literature in mental health treatment. For example, reading narratives as storytelling often introduces the concepts of difference and the importance of belonging and addresses feelings surrounding emotional stress and feelings of isolation. Children can also feel reflected in the characters from the book. And who doesn't like mermaids? Even though LGBTQ+ themed books are not formal therapeutic interventions, they can still cause similar experiences of feeling understood and represented by the literary characters. Do you remember the last time that you connected with a literary character and felt seen? Drag queen reading programs appear to increase family interactions and exposure to ideas that redefine gender, especially to the majority of caregivers who attended these programs who did not identify as being part of the LGBTQ+ community. Given that the research group focused on the experiences of a drag queen reading program happening in a large, liberal East Coast area, more research should be done to include diverse populations, including communities of color, that could result in different opinions and ideas. I hope y'all can consider taking your children to the next drag queen reading program in your city.